Hey, this is George. We're in the eastern portion of Washington still. We're headed up to Spokane, Coeur d'Alene. We're kind of exploring the east side of the Pacific Northwest, if that's the proper way.
Right.
And what we're seeing here is smaller cities, but there's job opportunities here.
Exactly.
It's going counter-cyclical to the depression that's gripping this country. And this is information for you guys. This is why I did something like this, not only for my personal interest about possibly relocating from an Armageddon situation like Southern California. It's also to pass along this information to you guys and tell you about different areas that are possible relocation areas for cities that have been devastated by the current economy.
Right, exactly. And just to tell you guys that are either really interested in finding out exactly what's going on here in Walla Walla, there's a really good website you guys need to check out. It's just Google Sperlings or best places under Google, and you'll find out that Walla Walla, under the economy, actually jobs have actually increased here by 2%, and most of the cities that I've looked at, and I've looked at a lot on that website, have actually decreased by up to 10%. The unemployment has risen that much more. So like jobs are actually like falling apart in most of the cities, especially like California, Oregon, even up in Spokane area. So Walla Walla, according to this website, is actually faring really, really well. It's actually increasing jobs. So
and the Walla Walla, Richfield, Spokane, this whole Coeur d'Alene, this kind of area that wraps into Idaho, what would you consider the population around here?
Oh, if you include like the eastern part of Washington, you're like about 1 million people, including Spokane. Probably maybe a little bit less because it's kind of including Kootenai County as well, in North Idaho.
And then what type of jobs would you say are more available here, more readily available here?
Like, for instance, the job that I work at, working with disabled folks, you can get jobs right now, getting hired at $10 an hour, 40 hours a week, and that's a full 40-hour work week. I'm not talking about 33-hour. You know, the average American right now, 33 hours is all they're getting, which is like
How about teaching positions? Are they cutting back teachers like they are in Southern California?
You know, for the outlook here, it's really good for the colleges. So, I mean, it's getting fine as far as what's going on, and things are still happening.
So, I mean, we're talking about an economic area with more than 1 million people, but people would say, oh, Walla Walla, Spokane, there's nothing out there. I mean, what's generating jobs out here? Why is the economy here going counter-cyclical to the rest of the country?
Well, I think there's just the dynamic. There's a dynamic
growth.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's just a certain aspect about it, and I think it has a lot to do with like, I mean, as far as what's going on in California, I mean, and how all that stuff is just kind of falling apart and happening. You know, here it's totally different because you got agriculture. It's huge. The wine industry. You have your basic industry, we have people moving in, and then those who are leaving. I mean, you do have college students coming here for college. They get summer jobs, and there's always jobs being created because of that, and the new construction that's going on, and then they leave. And then there's people still who aren't moving here, and so this whole area really hasn't caught on.
And you look like an average working class educated guy, and what you're saying is here you've never really had difficulty getting jobs.
Yeah, I've been here since 2002, and I've never had a hard time. In fact, I've always had people offering me more work than I can actually do. In fact, even right now, I have a guy doing landscaping, and I've been saying, hey, dude, I can't work for you, man. I just can't. I don't have time. Like, I've had people asking me to work and make 10, $15 an hour, and I've been turning jobs down.
And these aren't high-paying jobs, 10, $15 an hour.
Some of these are under the table too. I mean, landscaping is huge here, and like here in Walla Walla, you're gonna have weather very similar to Southern California in the summer. Like I was just talking to George, it's like 100 degrees yesterday, and today I think it was like probably 90 or something like that. But it was very warm, it's dry. You got some humidity. I mean, we do have some of the storms coming in the summertime, but yeah, like landscaping is huge here, and just there's a lot of stuff.
And relating it to Southern California, my problem is, you know, people are struggling to find $10 to $15 an hour jobs there. But then you're paying $1,500 to rent a 2-bedroom house.
Yeah.
You know, so we have to.
The
cost of living here is drastically cheaper than like a Southern California area.
Right. Exactly. And you're gonna be like being here too, and having the cost of living difference, and then you're not having to deal with the crime. You don't have the gang problem here. You don't have like a lot of the things that you're gonna experience in California. You're leaving all that behind. It's just you're free from it. So I mean. And like I said, the population growth in Coeur d'Alene, Spokane has jumped like 10-20%. Here in Walla Walla, it's only got, like, I think it's at 4% right now.
I bet a lot of this is coming from baby boomers retiring.
Yeah, dude, a huge retirement community here, and that's probably the majority of people who come here are retirees, and especially people my age. And you got the young crowd. We were talking the other day, and I mean, you see a lot of older people and a lot of really younger people. And so, and some of the baby boomers, some of them are just kind of in the city still. And so, yeah.
And we're going to talk to the Chamber of Commerce, but I guess what we want to emphasize, if you guys are stuck in a city that's having declining job growth, there are opportunities. Open your eyes, look around. Not everyone's going to do it, but there are areas of the country that are sustaining some job growth, maybe not the greatest. You're not going to find $50,000 jobs here, but you're going to find a low cost of living, low crime rate, and be able to find work.
Exactly. And another thing I wanted to mention to you guys out there listening, and because we care about you, we want you to be able to succeed. So here's the deal. If you're going to think about moving to a town like Walla Walla, consider Googling jobs, finding what you can look into, get connections. You can talk to me. I have a website through MySpace. You guys could send a message to me. I can actually help people who are interested in really coming out here. But yeah, you'd want to probably line up a job before you moved. I mean, that's just smart. It's common sense. Like, you don't want to leave your job, if you have a job, to try to find one in another city. I mean you could do that, and I'm not saying it's not a bad idea, but dude, you got to, investigate that yourself as well and try to use your resources and stuff. So we want to, like, in this video, we want to try to get information out to you guys so you can make a change in your own life, and we want to give you the information so you can do that.
Hey, thanks, Tom.